Welcome back to the Stephen A. Show. Adam, what is going on? What's new in DC?
Not much, Steven. DC's good. We had cherry blossoms come in last week, so it was peak bloom. But I happened to actually be in St. Louis for this past weekend, going
That's how
to
you travel. Okay.
yeah, yep. I had a wedding this past weekend, so I was actually there first time in St. Louis. Nice. Saw the arch. The one
Mhm.
thing to see in St. Louis. It was nice though, so it's worth checking out. But yeah, it was a good time. Although cold, you know, last week I thought summer or spring was here, and we
Right.
were tricked. We were tricked. So
We
made the
were.
most of it though.
Well, good. Well, good. Well, I'll let you and Chike take away movie reviews.
Sure thing. So, like I said, I was traveling, so I don't have too much to catch up on, but I do have a couple things. And the first is this Oscar nominated documentary called Flea. And it was actually nominated for a few different categories, animated as well as documentary. And it is a film about an hour and a half that follows the story of this Afghan man who's retelling the story of him and his family having to leave the country right after kind of the Russian invasion in the 80s or the late 70s and the early 80s, and kind of the takeover of the Mujahideen during that time period, and how his family escaped to Moscow for a short time period, and then how some of his family had to leave separately because they had to pay for human traffickers to get them out of the country to safer places because they were staying in Russia illegally, and how the family kind of all got split apart, and how he ended up in Belgium. And he's talked to a friend of his that he met in Belgium, and he's an adult now, and he's kind of recalling his life. And this is his first time sharing his story. Um, and it was really good. It's definitely it's a documentary, and it's a slower paced movie, and the animation style is not like a computer animated uh Disney movie, so it has a little bit of that, but it's very, it's always interesting to see, especially during that time period. But even now, and the parallels are very I guess prominent, of the refugee crisis and people
Mhm.
who literally have to leave their homes, find a place to live that may not even be a long-term place, get split up from their family just to survive. So really good. If you're looking for something to check out, it is on Hulu, available for streaming. But yeah, highly recommend. And obviously nominated for a few Oscars, so some people agree as well. Um, and then the next thing I did was I caught up, and this Chike, a show you've been mentioning for a while, is The Gilded Age. So last time we spoke, my wife and I binge watched the whole season. And again, just for anyone unaware, it's Downton Abbey. It's actually from the creator of Downton Abbey, based in 1880s in New York City. And this is the time of the railroad tycoons and all these other barons that are making tons of money during this time period. And really fun, really enjoyable. Chike, I'm glad you recommended it, because I did see it on HBO, sitting there for a little while. But a good characters, good easy watch, and the whole season's out right now.
Yeah, yeah, it's a good show.
Mhm.
Uh, they if they don't win any awards for anything but costuming, I mean the intricate costumes. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was wild. Every scene is
Yeah,
just like, where this
yeah,
is ridiculous.
yeah. Wow, yeah. Um, that's it. Anything else?
No, no, not at the moment. And then of course I saw the obvious highlights from the Oscars.
Yeah. It did okay. I don't want to ask you about the slap heard around the world, but I will ask you about um are there any upsets or disappointments about any of the wins? Do you disagree with anything?
So I haven't seen Coda. I know it's on Apple TV, which means I probably will never see it unless it comes somewhere else. That surprised me. I really thought, especially when the Best Director won, that it was going to be Power of the Dog, because they usually go hand in hand. So I was kind of surprised Coda won, and I assume it is a really good and it was worth it. But that really kind of surprised me. Most everything else, I think I was on board with. I haven't seen King Richard, So actually, I don't know if I know some other people were saying there were some other really good performances in the best actor category. But again, I haven't had as much time as I wanted to catch up on everything. So at the moment, the only thing that threw me off was Coda, because I do think Dune was really good too. And I know the Academy doesn't pick sci-fi movies, so it wasn't going to happen. But that did surprise me.
Yeah.
I want to know his thoughts on the slap around the world, heard around the world. What did you think about that, Adam?
So of course I was at the wedding yesterday, so actually I didn't see anything until today.
That's how I was, yeah.
It's interesting, right? It's so obviously I don't think it should have happened, right?
Right.
That's a violent thing that shouldn't happen, and I know Will Smith released an apology like about an hour ago to Chris
Yeah.
Rock. It's so the thing is it changes the dynamics of not just him and Chris Rock, but him and everyone else forever, right? This is going to be something that's always going to be in the back of people's mind.
Yep.
What happened, what he did. I don't think, it probably won't affect his work. He'll probably still get good roles.
Yeah.
Although, he's not the draw that he used to be. He did a lot of movies over the past decade, which is kind of like filler movies. So and that's why I don't think it'll affect him, because he can still pick the roles he wants and still do a really good job. But everyone's going to have that image of him in the back of their mind forever. And I'm sure, I mean, obviously he regrets it, but yeah, it was just, it's wild to see that happen, especially like in real time, right? You're experiencing an event as it happens,
Right.
or anyone can even comment on it, and you just say, wow, this really just happened. So yeah, it'll be interesting, but definitely, I'm glad he's apologizing. I'm glad that, he's trying to do what he can to kind of help the situation. But yeah, that was not something I expected to ever see.
Well, social media doesn't waste any time. They already have a song out about it. This one guy, he has a tattoo of the slap on his arm.
Of
I've seen
course.
it on social media, and someone said that the Oscars will be hosted by Zeus Network next year. That's where the reality shows where they fight all the time.
Yeah, it was wild, but yeah. So that's my thoughts. But Chike, I can let you get back to
Chike.
your movie reviews. Yeah, sorry.
So speaking of slaps, Atlanta, the series is back. Their first episode is called 3 Slaps.
Oh, is it?
Wow.
You have to watch it. They're hilarious. Although the first episode is a little serious, but you know how Atlanta does. It brings you into seriousness, and then it makes you laugh.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely check them out. I've seen 2 episodes.
They're all international, right? Like they're traveling this season, right? All over Europe.
Soulja Boy's on the road. Soulja Boy's
it's going to be exciting. I mean, just looking at the trailer, I was like, this is going to be a great season. So,
don't let the first episode throw you off, though. It's a little, You know how they do sometimes. They go a little askew. Just vibe.
I'll probably wait till the whole season's out, binge it.
Okay. So the first film I saw, it's called Lamb, which is streaming on Amazon Prime right now. It stars Noomi Rapace, Hilamir Sanir, and it's a twisted thriller about a married couple, running a sheep farm. And they're raising the cattle, and the offspring of one of the cattle comes out different. That's all I'm going to be able to say about it. Its production company is A24. The combination A24 and Noomi, because she picks weird movies to be in, but she doesn't pick sucky projects. She normally picks great projects. So because she was starring in it, and then it was A24, and it was a thriller, I had to watch it. I was curious. So I will say this, because I'm not going to tell you any of the film. I left with a bunch of questions. It made me think about nature in a certain way, and it made me think about life in a certain way. Hopefully that will urge you to watch it, maybe, and get
interesting.
You have to go on your own journey with it. And I'm curious to hear what people think about it, because it is a weird movie. I'm going to say it's weird. Some weirdness happens, but it will cause you to think about some things. And I want to hear what you guys think. So Adam, Steven, check out Lamb on Amazon and let me know what you think.
Sure.
I
Yeah,
think it's-
A24 always has weird movies.
Yeah, that's I live for that. You
Mhm.
know, have me thinking about it days later, trying to come up with a sequel or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
The second movie I saw was called The Adam Project on Netflix.
Yeah.
Perfect film. Perfect. Ryan Reynolds, Mark Ruffalo, and Jennifer Garner. Perfect film. I laughed, I cried, I jumped up and down because it's an action film as well. It's a perfect film with a kiss to parenthood. It's a perfect film between relationships between sons and mothers and fathers and sons.
Mm.
It's a perfect film about the value of time and the value of life. I urge everyone to watch this film. I don't know who's not a Ryan Reynolds fan, but everybody loves Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds touches everybody in some way, form, or fashion. So in this movie, he's, typical Ryan Reynolds with his sarcastic mouth, and he's being very serious on the other hand. And then he's also making you tear up. Definitely check it out. I thought it was a perfect film. Everyone can watch that film.
Nice.
And did I see something else? Look at my notes. Oh, yeah. Miss Lizzo and her new
Show.
Girl series. Listen, I'm here for it. I ain't mad at Lizzo. Definitely check her out. She's putting big girls on the scene. Big girls are doing what everybody else is doing. There's no difference. They may even do it better. I'm here for it. I enjoy that she's using her platform to create this space for plus size women. And it's reality based. It kind of gives me the sense of the Bad Girls Club, but they're not really being bad. They're not, it's not that. It's not negativity. It's positivity. And the other thing that I got from it was that I think it also opts as a jiggle bait, because there are guys out here that love the bigger women.
Oh yeah.
And I think that this is jiggle bait for them. This is doing with those people what Baywatch did for other people.
Here's my problem with Lizzo is this, and I think Lizzo is a beautiful woman, but I don't want to say this. She will, she's very about body positivity, which we love.
Yes.
But she'll literally do things that we don't want to see online, period. I don't care who you are. And then to do it in the vein of I'm doing it for body positivity, we don't want to see your butt on Instagram. And next week she'll be crying about it when she gets the backlash. And so it's like,
so in essence, Stephen, if I can paraphrase you here, she's doing too much.
She's doing way too much. Because the thing, and it's so, and here's the thing about it. I first heard about Lizzo because I have a friend who loved her before, which is underground artist, right? That's how I learned about Lizzo. And then she started making a name for herself. Everybody loves Lizzo. But it's like you're throwing too much in our face. We don't need to see that. I don't want to see you twerking on camera. I don't want to see it.
Steven, I know you got older this year, but how much older did you get? You becoming a grumpy old man?
I'm not, but I'm saying we know her more from twerking on Instagram than her music.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
The recording artist. I keep forgetting it.
Yeah.
I guess
Maybe.
I don't follow those parts of Instagram. I guess I only know her songs. I didn't even know she had a show. So
Well, it's new. It's new. But yeah.
Okay.
We listen. All success to her. I think her intention is obviously a good thing, but it's just too much. I think sometimes. You know what I mean? But to each his own. She got a show. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. So 911 is back with Angela Bassett. I love that show. It's really good. I think the first episode aired last Monday. And then Bel Air. I can't say enough about Bel Air. I love Bel Air. The characters are so they're different from what we saw, back in the 90s. But it's still such a great show. Like but don't, I saw people arguing on Facebook about it. Don't go there expecting to see Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, that show. You have to go there with, yes, they have that vein, but it's a whole different dynamic.
Do you think it would have been as
How about this?
successful? Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead, Adam. I'm sorry.
Do you think it would be as successful if it wasn't just like a rebranding of the thing? If they just was an original show?
Well, that's what people were saying. They should have just had another show, not the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
But I think that the nucleus of the show is so
it's still there. It's still there.
If they named the people differently and they still went about having the show, someone would say, this is like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah.
So what I was about to say is, for musical people, this Fresh Prince of Bel-Air show is the old one, chopped and screwed.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense. Adam, you might not get it, but the people that are into music and know about chopped and screwed, they know exactly what I mean.
Houston. But I will say this: in the last episode, they brought back the second Aunt Viv. She was on their show, and Will Smith's mom, Vi, her original character, she was on the show last week. They had both of them on the show. It was good to see them. But
interesting.
I love the show. I can't wait till Thursday. I can't. But yeah, there's still good TV out there. The Oscars are behind us. Anything you're anticipating?
So those of you that are following Yellowstone, I think tonight is the new season drops tonight. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna watch one episode before I go to bed. Hopefully I can watch just one because that show's so good.
Yeah.
Kevin Costner, he can do no wrong.
Yeah.
Do no wrong in my book.
Yeah.
I'm going to the movies again, the theater, actually, to go see Morbius.
That's what I was just about to ask. Yep. Yeah. That one looks pretty good.
Yeah. I already got my tickets.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's the next, it's in the Spider-Man universe pretty much, but it's, I don't think Spider-Man's in it. It's kind of like a Venom, but Jared Leto, maybe this is the comic book character he's meant to play instead of the Joker.
And other than Venom, this is the only other standalone.
Yep. Yeah. So they're basically,
they're
trying to do a whole, because Sony is still, Spider-Man's still under Sony in that aspect. So Sony's trying to branch off into do the Spider-Man cinematic world that would also parlay a little bit into the Marvel universe.
Okay.
All right. Well, guys, as always, thank you for letting us know what to spend our time and money on and what not to, and have a great week. We'll be right back after this.
Thanks.